Adepticon is upon us this week, and while I'm sorry to say I will not be attending this year, I am still somewhat participating in the fun in the form of trying out some of Pro Acryl's new paint sets. I've got 3 new signature sets, the Adepticon one, and then Flamion's and the Rogue Hobbies sets. And so I wanted to just do kind of a quick set of videos to talk about what the paints are that are in there, my overall impressions of them. Be splitting this up into 3 different videos, one for each set, just so that you can check them out a little bit more digestible format. Again, I just had spine surgery 2 weeks ago, so I can't really tolerate sitting for all that long yet, and so I'm just doing these kind of quickly so I can at least help y'all get kind of informed decisions, but also I just really unfortunately can't handle sitting and painting a whole mini or anything like that yet. So anyways, with that, let's check out the set from Rogue Hobbies. All right, so I want to start by talking about the set from Rogue Hobbies. This is the one that I'm most excited for, just because I like to paint with big, bright, vibrant colors most of the time, and so this set has a lot of colors that appeal to me. I also think it fills in a lot of colors in the range that they're kind of missing out on. I mean, you can see I definitely like to paint big, bright, and bold. This is a Storm Surge I'm just about to submit for the TUP big model kind of like competition thing they're doing. So I thought that'd be kind of fun. Give me an excuse to finish it because I have been slacking on that. So let's look at the colors that we get in this set. So the first one is this bismuth yellow. I like this one a lot because it fills in a major gap in the range with Pro Acryl. They don't have a ton of yellows. In fact, there's only like 4 in the current range if you have every single color. And I could even grab them here and show you what I'm talking about. It's literally just pale yellow, which is my favorite highlight color for warm highlights. And then we've got golden yellow, yellow ochre, and warm yellow. So you can see that this bismuth yellow really fits in nicely because it's a very bright and bold yellow, which is going to have a lot of fantastic applications. So I'm really excited about where that color fits into the range. The next one that I'm pretty excited about is this dark turquoise. And I think this is going to make a fantastic Thousand Suns color, which is something that out of the bottle Pro Acryl didn't have before. In fact, if you look at the color that I used for my Thousand Suns is actually a 50-50 mix of bright jade and blue from Pro Acryl. And it does make a really beautiful Thousand Suns blue, but this dark turquoise out of the bottle is almost the exact same color. I did darken this with a wash, so normally it's a little bit brighter. You could even see it here without the wash on it, which is very, very similar to this color here, which is nice. And we're gonna bust these out and actually test them in a minute. But I just wanted to talk about kind of how they fit into the range, and you know, why I'm excited about the colors and all of that. Yeah, you can even see if we put it next to regular turquoise, it's a little bit you know, darker, richer color. But again, I'm super jazzed about it because I've been wanting to paint my Thousand Suns. And I may stick with the current recipe, but we'll test it actually here in a minute and we'll see how close it is. Next, we've got just a good old classic ultramarine blue, which, considering this hobby, how much people want, you know, a good color for ultramarines, it's about time that we got a good ultramarine blue. And this also fits into the range really nicely because with the current blue situation that we had going on, we either had like, you know, regular blue, which is a very nice dark bold blue. We have sky blue, we've got faded ultramarine, but again, to have just this nice saturated ultramarine is fits into the range really nicely. And so that's why, again, this Rogue Hobbies set is my favorite out of the 3 new signature series, just because I feel like we're really kind of filling in a lot of the gaps. Next, dark hot pink. Super jazzed about this again because I use a lot of pinks and purples in just about every paint job that I do, and you can even see where it kind of fits in with everything. I mean, we've got dark magenta, and then the pinks themselves from Pro Acryl up until now have all been very kind of down, you know, toned down. We've got the regular pink, which is a little bit faded still, and then pale pink. So this dark hot pink is going to be a superb, nice pop of color I'm really, really jazzed about. Next, we've got bright green, which is another super saturated color that fits in the lineup very, very nicely, because up until now the only real green we had was just, you know, green, but then everything else is like faded or bright. I mean, you have camo green, faded green, pale green, dark yellow green, and then of course they're fantastic jades, but all of the jades are you know, more of a turquoisey teal, and so this just nice bright green again is just a super sweet, vibrant one to kind of fill in. And then last but not least is orange red. Now again, what I like about this is that currently, I'll just reach over here on my paint rack, these are literally like the extent of the reds from Pro Acryl. Burnt red, bold pyro red, which is an MVP of course, and then you have a couple of darker ones like dark crimson, burgundy, and all that, but those tend to be more in the brown kind of scale. And so just having this orange red, which is like a really nice kind of like amaranth red, it's really nice to have something like this that again I just feel like really fills a gap in this line, and there's a lot of really nice applications for highlights and other things that you could do with. I just love a really nice kind of amaranth red like that versus the pyro red, so super stoked on that too. So I'm gonna pop some of these off the palette onto the palette here and just see how they look. So like for this, I'm just gonna do this because I'm really curious. So what I use for mine is a mixture of bright jade and blue, 50-50. I find that gives that nice teal, Thousand Suns kind of look. But I feel like this is very close. So I'm curious to see if this might be about the same. Just pull a bit of that, pull a bit of that. Voila, look at that. It's almost exactly the same. It's a little bit darker, but again, that could just be the mix, but that's gonna save me a lot of work, and it really is a really beautiful, fantastic color. So it's really cool to see that as a mix that is kind of right out of the bottle. And yeah, so super stoked about that. I actually mentioned that I use that combo a lot to Jason. I wonder if they actually took that to heart. That'd be super dope. I doubt they did, and I'm not going to take credit for that, but that would be pretty cool. Let's check out coverage. So yeah, really nice. So that's super cool. I'm really excited about that. That'll give me an excuse to dig into my Thousand Suns a little bit more, which I've been really wanting to do, but putting off because they are a bitch to paint. All right, let's keep going. Let's check out this red. One of my favorite Vallejo paints is this really nice red orange that they have. I don't know, there's just something about it as a color. I really prefer it over like a bold red. And in fact, on my Blood Angels, a lot of the bases for teardrops and things like that or the blood drops that I've used this color. We can just test it on this Stormcast. We'll slap it on over this blue cape. Just see what kind of coverage we get. I mean, this is typically a color that does not cover super well. So, I mean, already getting pretty nice coverage out of the bottle over a dark blue, which is going to be difficult. So yeah, really stoked about that. That's gonna be a nice one. I am interested to see how this yellow covers, because traditionally like a bright bold yellow like this is gonna cover like crap. So let's see what we get here. Just a black base. I mean, you can see it's pretty thin, almost like a fluoro paint, but I would love to glaze this over stuff to make, you know, highlights pop out more, glow effects pop out more. And still, I mean, over black, it's covering pretty nicely for a paint like that. So I'm not too upset about that. I mean, this I would glaze 90% of the time anyways. This isn't going to be like a base coat. And in previous videos, I've talked about how the yellow ochre, for me as a yellow base, is fantastic. Also the warm yellow. Yellow is just a bitch. Let's check out dark pink. That's a nice color. That's a really nice color. It's kind of like a more hot pink saturated kind of version of their magenta, which I also really like. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, look at that. Really nice coverage from another color that's traditionally very difficult. So yeah, like it. I just love Pro Acryl. I mean, I have pretty much every range. I have 2 thin coats coming in the mail, getting that whole set sent out to me. And I've tested Vallejo, Army Painter Fanatic, AK Interactive. I have pretty much almost the entire range. You name it, I've used them, and Pro Acryl is just the one I stick with the most. Sure, I alternate out different things for different applications, but for base coats and for a single paint range, that's just the one that I've kind of chosen as the most consistent performer all around. I mean, look at that. For that bright green, just, I mean, that's amazing. Really nice color. It's almost like a nice old school like orc skin color. Great. I love how saturated these colors are and how bright, and just sometimes we know when the signature sets come out, you never really know what you're gonna get. And when I saw the Rogue Hobbies set and just how many awesome, bright, vibrant, saturated colors, I was like, hell yes. That is what I'm definitely gonna have to get. And huge shout out to Jordan and Jason over at Monument for sending these out to me to go ahead and start painting with now, because I was gonna be, you know, jonesing, waiting to have to use these. So I'm really excited and grateful that they like what I do. So again, this ultramarine, really nice color. Stoked on that. All these colors. I mean, this is a fantastic set. I highly recommend the, where's the Flameon set? The Rogue Hobbies set from Pro Acryl. This is a really nice one. Really great colors. I mean, pretty much all of these would be solid ones to have. Again, if you like to paint with big, bright, bold, you know, for me, I feel like 90% of the time we're painting fantasy, we're painting sci-fi. So naturally, I don't really want my stuff to look grim and dark. I want it to look fantastical and shiny, but that's just me personally. So yeah, I like these a lot, and I'm really looking forward to working them into my normal painting workflow. And so that's kind of just a quick overview of the Rogue Hobbies set. I don't want this video to be too long and too rambly, but just wanted to kind of talk about why I'm stoked about all of these colors. And you should be seeing these, I think they said late April, you'll be able to pick them up. And again, if you want to use code CCH10 at checkout, you'll support me, you'll save some cash, and all around keep Monument supplying me with awesome free early paint samples so that I can indulge my hobby and keep my wife happy and not spend dollars on them. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the reason. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, found this helpful. Sometimes just seeing the stuff out there in front of you can make all the difference. Anyways, yeah, so this one, Rogue Hobbies, real winner for me. If I could only pick one of these 3 sets to pick up, it's a no-brainer. I like bright, vibrant colors, and all of the ones that are in that fill a void in Pro Acryl's line wonderfully. Again, if you want to pick one of these up, if you use code CCH10 at checkout, you'll save some money, you'll help support me. Of course, if you're new here as well, I'd love to see you subscribe. I'm going to be busting out a lot more really awesome painting content for you as soon as my back starts to recover here in the next couple of weeks. But as always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this video helped you out, and look forward to seeing you again in the future.